Regional Development Cabinet Secretary Rebecca Miano has reassured senators the government is making efforts to scale up drought response intervention. On Thursday, senators raised alarm over the worsening drought ravaging parts of the country and called for the declaration of the situation as a national disaster to enhance resource mobilization. The CS says the government used 1.2 billion shillings to feed starving Kenyans between December of 2022 and January of 2023. With more details is Rose Wangoi.
The prolonged dry spell has depleted nearly all pastures, threatening pastoralism, which is the main source of livelihood for residents in northern Kenya. Isiolo is among the 23 counties in the country hit by the prolonged drought occasioned by delayed rainfall, putting the lives of over 4.5 million Kenyans at stake in the arid and semi-arid areas. Speaking in Go-To area during a food distribution exercise, Kenya Red Cross Secretary General Dr. Asha Mohammed said the drought situation is still dire and according to current projections, it will only worsen in coming days.
I know there was a bit of rain in some parts in December, but that I would say has given some false hopes. We are into February, it is hot, it is dry, there's no more rain, which means even any little gain that could have been made is actually going to be lost.
At least 1,000 vulnerable households received food courtesy of Airtel Kenya and the Kenya Red Cross during the exercise.
Because you give food today, you go away tomorrow, there's no food, the food is finished, people will relapse. So how do we ensure that people get a sustained support until they can be able to actually get in a good position?
On Thursday, senators raised an alarm over the worsening drought ravaging parts of the country. The lawmakers said that hundreds of residents in ASAL regions are on the brink of starvation.
The fate of the remaining livestock is scary, and if nothing is done, will soon be wiped out by drought.
Therefore, call on government to, one, declare drought a national disaster with immediate effect.
As criticism mounts on the government to engage in more drought mitigation programs, Regional Development Cabinet Secretary Rebecca Miano says the government is doing everything possible to ease the suffering of Kenyans affected by drought, albeit with meager physical resources. In a press statement, the CS noted that retired President Uhuru Kenyatta officially declared drought in parts of Kenya a national disaster on September 8, 2021. Miano said that declaration is still in force. The CS said some 89 development partners and non-state actors are currently involved in drought response in ASAL counties. The agencies have mobilized about 44.7 billion shillings for drought response as of December 2022. According to Miano, the government has used 1.2 billion shillings to feed starving Kenyans between December 2022 and January 2023. Since 2021, the government has spent more than 25 billion shillings to cushion affected populations against starvation and other drought effects. The money was spent on food aid, cash transfers, water and sanitation programs. At the moment, 22 out of the 23 ASAL counties and 45 wards in 9 additional counties in Mount Kenya, Rift Valley and the Lake Victoria regions are affected by drought, according to the CS. On emergency assessment of their situation, Miano said the National Drought Management Authority (NDMA) is currently coordinating an assessment of the 2022 short rain season to ascertain its impact on food security in the country. Rose Wangoi, NTV.